Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, it's your boy Big Sling Hope. And people been asking me to give them a story about my first day home. So here it goes. So I remember like it was yesterday. It was January 20th, 2016. And my time was up. And I remember the day before, kind of like cut my hair. I kind of like I was excited to go home, and at the same time I was kind of like nervous. I didn't know what to expect. Like when you go home, usually when you go home the same way you went inside. So when I went inside, I had beef, and when I came home, I felt like I still had to have that mindset of I have beef still, because I don't expect people to let me change. I don't expect people to let me move on with my life. I seen so many people get killed coming home. Like people just waited for them. People just waited for them to like people don't forget. And then especially when you change, people look at it like, oh, this is like the perfect time, right? Especially if you was in a different type of time before you went to prison. And then, people hear you doing different things. It kind of like be like, this is my moment, this is my chance. So, and people's always praying on people, man. Somebody's always praying on your downfall. Somebody's always praying on the get back, like trying to get back at you. So I feel like I thought about that, but more than anything, I was excited to be coming home. And I remember my boy that I told you about, that I kept trying to get into the house with him. He was already home. He was doing good. He was off parole. He was working. He got married. He was a family man. Like, he was really doing his thing. I was very proud of him. So I remember he told me he was gonna come get me. So before I came, I was upstate, so he was gonna come get me upstate. But then like 60 days before I got out, they moved me to Queensboro Correctional Facility, which is in Queens. It's right across the street from LaGuardia Community College. And it's funny because I ended up going to LaGuardia Community College, and I never thought I would be going to college. I never even thought about college. So it's just a beautiful thing. That one moment I'm in this prison, and then the next moment I'm right across the street in the college, right? Taking classes and stuff, making change. So anyway, I remember the night before I cut my hair, because I cut my own hair, you know what I'm saying? I mean, but anyway, so I cut my own hair. I remember I cut my hair. I remember I spoke to a few brothers. Some of the brothers had been home before and been back. So they were trying to give me certain advice, like, yo, keep your head up. Like, like, yo, we meet up out there. Because everybody that's in this facility got like 2 months, got like 3 months or less about to go home. So, we was there chilling. And I'm just like, I'm anxious. I'm like, my man said he gonna come get me. He was like, yo, I got you, bro. I'm gonna come get you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be there. So I just, I don't know, I just wanted him to be there. Sometimes people say they're gonna come get you. It was snowing too. It was cold that day. And so he was like, yeah, I'm gonna come get you. So, you go outside. I saved a little money. I remember there was an old head that was telling me about phones. So the first thing I was trying to do is to get a phone. Like, I was like, yo, it's funny because he told me like, while my whole time I was locked up, he been to jail. He been to prison like 2 times. So he was like, yo, I'm over here in a violation. Like, he was like, yo, what's your name though? How long you was down or whatever? He was my bunkie. So he was telling me like, oh man, he said, man, he said, damn, you did 7 years. He said, yo, everything done changed. He said, bro. So he was like, what's the last phone you had? So I was like, yo, I had a Sidekick. So he was like, man, everything done changed. He said, bro, they got everything touchscreen now. I said, touchscreen. So he said, yeah, bro, everything touchscreen, bro. They got computers that's touchscreen. He said, bro, the phones be. So I was like, how much these phones cost? Because my Sidekick cost me like $500. So he was just like, bro, they cheaper than that, bro. You can get a touchscreen phone for like $100, bro. You can get a free touchscreen phone. I was like, a free touchscreen phone. So I'm mad hyped. Like, all I keep thinking about is like, I need to get my hands on a phone. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. So I saved some of my money because like they give you like $40, but I had saved probably like 100. I probably had like $100. So I was kind of like, I just kept thinking about a phone. I was like, I need to get a phone. Like, I'm not even thinking about how I'm gonna pay this bill. I'm just like, I need a phone. He was just saying like, yo, you could get a little prepaid phone. If you can't pay it, he said that's the best bet. Just get that. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yo, I was just thinking about a phone the whole time. And my man said he's gonna come get me. So I was like, all right, cool. So I remember I got out. They let us out in the morning. I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if they give you but they give you a Metro card. So they give you a Metro card. So when you upstate, they usually give you a bus ticket. They give you money for the bus ticket. They give you money and I think a bus ticket. I don't know, but I know they gave us like a Metro card, and then they gave us like $40, I think, or whatever. So I remember I left. I had my books. Only thing I left, I took my clippers. I took certain things with me because I felt I was going to a shelter. Like I was not going home. I knew I couldn't go home. Like I didn't want to. I didn't want that. I didn't want to go back to that environment. I just knew if I went back to that environment, it was gonna get me in trouble. And I made a sacrifice. And I told myself, like, I'm going to a shelter. Like I don't care. I'm sacrificing. I'm not going back to that. Because once you back in that neighborhood, you get back into that mentality. And when you feel like you're in danger, a scared animal is going to attack. An animal that feels like it's in danger is going to do whatever it can do, right? And I chose to flee. And like I said, like T.I. said in the song, some move away to make a way, and I move away because they're afraid. So anyway, I was just like, yeah, I'm going to a shelter, so I need to like keep some of these things. I brought my clippers home. A lot of people be leaving stuff behind. And even though they might need it when they get out, it's an ego thing. They feel like they don't want to let people know that they need this stuff. So what they do is they leave it because they don't want people to say like, damn, you taking that home? Like, you're a bum. Like, so, but I don't care what people think about me. Like, I'm secure in myself. I'm a man. Like, what I'm saying? It's nothing that anybody can do or say that's going to diminish my manhood. So I was like, you know what? I need some of these things. I need my clippers. I need, I had like some brand new shirts that the bro had gave me. And I took that. Like, what I'm saying? I was like, I'm going to need this. This is going to help me. What I'm saying? It was, so anyway, I come home. At first I came out, I didn't see my man, so I was like, damn. I said, what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, yo, where the hell he at? Like, cause, he be late sometimes, and there was mad brick. So I was just like, I didn't even know what was gonna be my first move. Like, where was I gonna go first? Like, like I didn't even tell my mother I was coming home. So, and I wanted to surprise my mom. So my mom I never really told her when I was coming home. So nobody really knew when I was coming home, except for whoever was looking me up. What I'm saying? So then when I got out, I remember I seen him couldn't get out the car, so my son get out the car. He like, yo, what's up, bro? So I was like, yo, I was mad happy. I ain't gonna lie, I was so happy. I was like a little kid at a candy store. I ain't seen him in mad long. I hugged him. We embraced each other, and then he was like, yo, man, I've been waiting for this moment for mad long. Like, so I was like, word, bro, I'm out here, like, you just look up. What I'm saying? Long Island City, if y'all know Queensboro, Long Island City by LaGuardia, like, you just see the factories, the buildings back there. You could see Manhattan too, right? So you just like looking, you just like, so, I got in the car. He said, man, get out that shit, man. Get out that state shit. When you come home in like some khaki. They give you like a khaki outfit. Like it's khaki pants, a white button-down shirt, and they give you like a khaki jacket. I should have actually kept that stuff. I threw it away because I was just like wanted to get rid of it. I broke my prison ID. I just didn't want nothing to do with it. I didn't want to think about it. But I should have kept it now that I think about it. So anyway, he said, man, get out that shit. So I took off the Converse looking sneakers. I threw that shit out. He had some sneakers for me. He had bought me some Air Max. He had bought me that little polo turtleneck that I made my other video to. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, man, he had bought me some sweats. Like, so, I was looking like money. I ain't even gonna lie. I had a fresh cut. My weight was up a little bit. I said I had this glow. Like, people used to always tell me that. I still fake kind of like have this glow. Kind of like, what I'm saying? Like, my skin routine is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but people always told me like, you're going to have a glow when you go home. Like, everybody going to just notice the difference. They just going to like, be like, they was telling me, especially the girls going to notice. Like, they're going to be like, yo, something different about that dude right there, but like something different about me anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to toot my horn, but like, I'm different than a lot of people, especially a lot of men. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's a lot of beta males out there, and I'm not a beta male, and you don't come into contact with alpha males often. Just remember that. So I know it's gonna be different regardless, but just people always was talking about that glow. Yo, the glow is crazy, man. Like, everybody gonna be on you. They just gonna know. Especially the girls, the girls be noticing shit, before a lot of guys, they tend to be a little smarter than guys. So anyway, my man's, he gave me, he was like, yo, get out that shit. I took it off, put my clothes on, and I was just like, yeah, bro, I gotta go to a shelter, which was like the saddest part, like coming home and not really feeling like you home because you gotta make sacrifices because you changed, right? Like my mindset changed. And part of like I said, part of like migration, right? Part of like changing your mind is also changing your environment. You can't go to the same environment thinking that shit gonna be all sweet and you're gonna be able to fully change, right? You need to go somewhere else. It's kind of like Kanye West said, "How to stay faithful in a room full of whores." Like you don't, you don't put yourself in certain situations and then be like, oh, oops, I cheated, or oops, I'm back in jail. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you gotta be smart about the things that you do. So anyway, yeah, and then I remember like the first thing I did, like I didn't even eat. I remember like that whole day, it took me mad long to eat. Like I didn't eat. Um, but I wanted to go to the mosque. I told them like, yo, take me to the masjid. Like that's the first thing I wanted to do. Like I need to go thank my Lord that I'm good, that I'm safe. Like he helped me get out of prison. I didn't get no new charges. I didn't get cut. I didn't really have like and my time, and I felt like my time went by so fast. And I think it's because like God grant me patience. He gave me a lot of patience. I always ask for patience. Patience could get you through a whole bunch of stuff. Patience could get you through when you don't have no money and you're thinking about going to rob somebody. When when your baby mother playing games, or when you feeling alone, when you feeling down, when you feeling like, especially being in that place when you feel like you don't got nobody that you can write on the outside, or that can come see you, or that you can call. Like patience gets you a long way. And unfortunately in prison, you have no choice but to be patient for a lot of things. So patience is something that I always tell people: be patient. Like be patient, but also work, and also think about how you're gonna change certain things in your life that you don't like. So anyway, I had a lot of patience. So I was just like, you know what, it's cool. I'm happy to be home. It was still a little sad because I was gonna have to do that, but I had to go to the masjid, give thanks to the Lord. I went to a masjid. I think at Parkchester. It might have been a Bengali masjid over there. On White Plains, or like by White Plains and Cass. It was about on White, for White Plains, but it was like a little past like Westchester. So he took me to the masjid over there. I went to the masjid. I popped up on a few people. So it was cool. And like the crazy thing is, this dude wanted to take me to the hood, right? And I'm just like, yo, I don't want to go to the hood, bro. Like I don't want to go to the hood. Like he wanted to take me, he wanted to take me to White Plains and shit, where I used to run. So I was like, bro, I don't want to go over there. And he was just like, why not, bro? People gonna be happy to see you. And I'm like, bro, like I don't want to go over there, bro. Like I don't need to go over there. Like I was like, yeah, it'll be cool. I just felt like I just needed to remove myself. But he was just like, yo, bro, but certain people got love for you. And I do got love for certain people, but at the moment, I was just like, I wasn't really thinking about that. So anyway, he convinced me to go. So I ended up going. We popped up to the hood or whatever. And then we seen this one person, we seen this woman, right? And then, this woman, it's funny because this woman was talking shit about me when I was in jail, right? So anyway, we seen her, and she like, man, fake with it, like, hey, like whatever. And I'm just like, what up? Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I still remember what you were saying about me when I was in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't forget. But we play it cordial. So, my mans see, we seen her. I don't know who else we seen. But anyway, we didn't stay really long. And then we just left. And my mans was just driving me around. I was telling him, like, yo, drop me off over here. Drop me off over there. I also went to see my mother. My mother was mad surprised. She didn't expect me home. That was a good thing. She just didn't know who it was, right? Like, so I figured out like through my godmom where she was staying, and then I pulled up on my mom, so she was like, man, happy or whatever and stuff like that. So it was cool. Plus we used to correspond here and there, but I didn't really know where it was at. Like, certain parts of the Bronx, I didn't really know like that. So it was mad cool. Like, to surprise her. She was happy. She was hyped. Then after that, I went to see a few people that I kind of like cared about, and then I finally went to eat. Like at nighttime, I went to eat. I met up with another brother, another Muslim brother that came home like 2 years before me, or 2 or 3 years before me. He told me like, yo, when you get out, like I'm gonna look out for you. He was a cool brother. He was from Yemen. He used to tell me like, yo, we're gonna go to Yemen, and we're gonna be in the desert riding camels and stuff. And I used to be like, I don't know about going to no Yemen, but he was mad cool. I had mad love for him. And then I seen him, I met him, we spoke for a few times, and then he just disappeared off the face of the earth. I don't even know, like, where this brother's at. So it was cool, man. Then I went to another masjid in Queens on Astoria. I think it's Masjid Iman. I think that's the name of it. It's on Steinway. So, and I had some food over there on Steinway. I think there was like a Turkish restaurant or something. But it was good, man. Like, and I was like my first meal I had home. Like I had like this turkey. I was so happy to be home. I didn't even eat most of the day. So then yeah, so I went to like I was just riding around. Like I pulled up to the city. I pulled on my homegirl at her job. And then after that, we went to go meet up with the brother. I ate. No, I think the last thing I did was I pulled up on Shorty, um, at her job in the city. So like, but it was cool, man. It was good vibes. I was around my bro. Like that was my man's in town. Like he always kept in communication when I was in jail. And then I met a good brother in jail. I met up with him. We talked, and I was like, and I went to the mosque. So I was holding on. I was holding on. I was happy. I was thankful to be home, to be part of the Muslim community. Like seeing women, seeing kids, like. And it's funny because when I came home, my man's was like, before that, my man's was like, yo, I got these two white Johns for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like I got you. Like, I'm saying they will whatever. Like, and I'm just like, bro, like I'm good. Like, I'm not thinking about that, brother. He was just like, bro, like, what are you talking about, bro? And I'm like, bro, I'm not thinking about sex, bro. Like I told you, I'm not moving like that. I changed my life around. So he was looking at me like I was bugging. Like he was just like, bro, what are you talking about, bro? You just did like 7 years. What are you talking about? You not trying to have sex, like? And I was like, bro, what I just told you, bro. I'm Muslim, bro. Like I'm trying to get married. I'm trying to do the right thing. And he was just like, nigga, you gay or something? Yo, that shit was bad funny. Like he was just like, nigga, they did something to you in there? He said, nah, boy. He said they did something. Like, and I'm just like, it was just so far fetched for him to not really believe that like I was not trying to like do that. Like a lot of people be thirsty. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of dudes be thirsty when they get out of jail. They be on some like, man, I'm trying to they trying to sleep with whatever. Like, I don't know. Some dudes probably be sleeping with cutties too, man. Like when they first come home. I don't know. A lot of dudes be having stuff lined up. They go to their ex, they go to their baby moms, or they got a baby moms. They go to like, but yeah, I didn't have none of that. I was just like, I was good. I was happy to be home. I wasn't even thinking about that. Like, but it was just funny. And I thought I should mention that. That was mad funny. But yeah, that was my first day. And then at the end of the night, I had to go to the shelter. I had to go to Bellevue. And yeah, that was like the saddest moment. And I don't know if the next day I linked my mans. I'm not so sure. But yeah, that was like the saddest moment of the night. I had to go to a shelter, so I really had to be around men again. Like, it just felt like I just never left prison. But the whole night I stayed up. I got my phone. That's the first thing I did. I went to the bank, cashed my check. I got my phone. And I was just on my phone all day. I remember I was like, yo, the videos on YouTube is mad clear. This is crazy. Like, I was just hype. I was hype. I was happy to be home. It was like the best feeling, man. It was the best feeling. Um, yeah, like I said, besides going to the shelter. But that's my story. My first day home. And let me know what y'all think though. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And share if y'all feeling it. Word. Peace.